Well, I've just jumped off. Winks, gee, she felt nice this morning, Chris.
Yeah.
Good to see her back?
Nah, she looks terrific, and it is good to see her back. And not much more to add, really. She's picture perfect, as she is each time she comes in, and I can't see any reason to suggest she's not going to come back as well as she has been.
Is she heavier, or is she getting older, or does she come back more?
She's getting older. She's a little bit heavier, but don't read into it. She looks fantastic. When she trials, she'll be pretty much the same as where she was in the spring, and she just looks outstanding. Her feet have never been better. Her joints are good, never been better. And her body language suggests she's in great shape. So,
now, I know you got plenty of smart horses. Just a couple quickly. The Autumn Sun, wow, third start Group 1 winner.
Yeah, he's in the paddock already, and he'll have a short break and prepare for the spring, and probably Golden Rose, Caulfield Guineas type races. But he certainly is a bright horse on the scene.
The horse that ran second, Zoostain, I assume he'll go similar direction, but
yeah.
Perhaps the sprint races?
Yeah, probably. The beauty of a 3-year-old or 2-year-old turning 3, they can change a lot, and especially these later developing ones. So I think he'll develop a bit more speed, a bit of muscle, and we'll go down that sprinting path, similar to his dad, who did run second in the race as well, JJ Atkins, and then he came out to win the Golden Rose, of course, and then on to the Coolmore up the straight.
Lean Mean Machine, you pull up all right?
Yeah, just struggled on the track a little bit. Just got out to an awkward part of the track and just lost a bit of momentum. He's a real 3-year-old type, so not too concerned.
The one I wanted to ask, she won the Oaks, her run in the Derby was, wow, young star.
Yeah, well, I'd say target a Caulfield Cup. She's out of a pretty stout family, suggesting that staying won't be a problem, and it's not a bad race to target.
Egg Tart, what a good to see her back, and back to a journey, back racing well.
Yeah, probably the same plan. Interestingly, that it's the first time she's been out over 2,000 metres since winning the Oaks, and she ran second in the Doomben Cup, and then won the O'Shea Stakes at 2,200. So logical path would be to go to a Caulfield Cup with her too.
I noticed that Hogmanay's back in as well. Rightio, let's have a look at Rosehill this Saturday. Race 2, you've got a couple of runners. I love horses that find another level, and Gresham, wow.
Yeah, he certainly has. He's certainly shown us the promise, but just lacked the delivery, I guess. But he's certainly done that with his last 2 starts, and he's got a bit of weight on Saturday, but good draw. I think he'll be hard to beat again.
Is she having an unbelievable run with you, Denise Martin?
She is, yeah, great supporter of ours. Looks after her clients very well, leaves the horses to me, and it's not a bad thing.
What do you think?
It's just a terrific person to work with.
Because she doesn't ride track work anymore, Denise?
Not much.
Not much, just the occasion one? You got stints all day in that as well. Blinkers first up.
Yeah, we'll ride him a little bit quieter.
I agree.
And just see how he finishes off. He's certainly better than his last run suggests.
I won't do the highway joke anymore. We'll let that one go. I couldn't believe the price this horse come up. So splendid, first up. I know that it's 1,500, but she's come up short odds.
Yeah. Well, she's trialled pretty well, and she goes well. She's not a big, gross horse, so I think the distance will be okay first up, and should run well.
1,800 metre race, you got a few. Vaucluse Bay gets a nice draw, but just let him relax early.
It's 2 runs back from a spell have both been very good. You appreciate the 1,800. Just hoping the track continues to dry. Just have him where he's comfortable. I think it's important for him.
Chatelard looks well placed.
Much better run first up. That was a good sign, because he didn't turn up last prep. So stepping up to 1,800 will be a big plus for him.
Multi-facets. God, it just seems to draw bad gates. I have to get Richard Freeman on the job. You might get a better barrier.
He's struggling. We're hoping to see him run top 5, and he's for sale. So someone might want to buy him and take him to an easier environment. I think you'd find it easier.
Muraraktam?
Getting up to a more suitable trip. Interestingly, his best form's been left-handed in Melbourne.
Yeah. So a few horses. That other thing of yours down there seems to go, but that Jaminza seems to go well down there.
Yeah, he's all right. Because he's not a very good horse.
He's won 4 times at Flemington.
Is he?
Geez, not many horses do that in their career.
No. Not many bad horses do that in their career.
100%. Walk the street, appreciate a bit better track.
She will, yeah, but flat second up. First up run was 15.50, so it was a second up run, so I think she might have been looking for a bit further last start. 1800 will suit.
Best of those, you reckon?
I don't mind walk the streets, but Shadowlard, if he was going to back up on that first up run, he'd be probably one.
2,000 metres, the Kensai handicap, good horse Kensai. Remember, you wouldn't have been in Australia when Kensai won.
Jim and Greg Lee. Yeah.
Lesbridge.
Yeah.
South Sydney colours.
Yeah.
Kensai.
One Metrop, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think.
Sayed.
His first out run was okay. His wet track form's unbelievable. 3 from 3 on a soft or something like that. 3 from 4 and 1 from 1 on a heavy track. So wetter the better for him.
But
it's not far away.
What kind of track? There's no rain predicted. It's a winter. We know that. It's cold winter. Heavy dew.
There's not much drying this morning. It's freezing.
But what do you think? Well, I just think it'll be a 5?
Oh, I'd say 6.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't. That concerns me for the other one, Black on Gold. It wants that little bit firm. I just thought it'd be.
Me too. So yeah, that's a big query of Black on Gold. He's clearly the better horse, but he needs a good track. So. And
the horse they named after you, Dag.
Dagny.
Neg Dag.
Yeah, she's got an awkward draw again, but I guess you've got to consider she had every favour go her way.
You just got to hold her up. She can sprint. A few of these at 2,000, they plug. She goes bang.
She does. She's had 2 runs over 1,800, won them both impressively. So 2,000 metres shouldn't be a problem.
Best of them?
Dagny.
The Rosehill Bowling Club race 7. That way. It's owned by the club now. You get over there?
Occasionally, yeah. The $14.99 all you can eat buffet.
Did you go to the country night over there, the boot scooting and all that? Because I know that your wife Steph's a very big boot scooter.
No, they had a Calcutta there for the Golden Slipper. I went there.
Did you? Was it a big crowd?
Really big.
They do the chicken dance, you know, because I've seen your kids do that. Do you do the chicken dance with the kids? Invincible, Barrier 1. Nice draw.
Good draw. He interestingly likes a bit of room though. So
he does.
He's similar to Black on Gold. He needs a good track, so just be wary of that. If it's not a 5, we better forget him.
Well, this horse struck a bit of form the other day. Drawn the outside here though. Sabacus.
Yeah, much better. I guess just his racing style doesn't suggest he worries about a draw, but it does make it a bit harder. He won't be able to go through them. He'll probably have to come around them from that go. So it's found winning form. It's a big plus.
Lipari?
Needs to be heavy over 1,400.
What's the best of them, you reckon? Oh, New Universe. I missed it.
Yeah.
We got beat a pimple.
Yeah. Well, he's got a good draw, he's going to get a lovely run. You probably have to lean towards him.
Yeah, I agree. The half-yearly membership sprint. So if you join, you got half-yearly. It's when you pay your tax. Do you get frightened when you got to pay your tax bill?
The problem is when you have a bad year and there's no money coming in to pay the tax bill from the year before.
Bad year?
Yeah.
You sound like a South African then. Bad year.
Can't worry about tax, you'll go mad if you worry about it.
What's your best guess?
Yeah, he'll go all right.
It looks there's a bit of speed in the race. Tango Rain, Nick Tyke, Clear the Beach. He should just roll forward, goes well fresh.
He does get a nice set midfield perhaps. Doesn't need to be too close to the speed, and I guess first up after a long spell's always a concern, but he's tried well.
We're at the last race, and this horse named after your racing manager, Charlie Duckworth. When he gets out there on the drink, the Avenger turns into a superhero, they say. The Avenger keeps, yes.
He won well first up, and this race looks to suit. It's had a good gap between the first and second up run.
It only looks like a midweek race with horses progressing this time of the year.
Yeah, well, he's a Saturday winner, or similar type race. I think in Melbourne he won a good race down there, and it's come back really well.
Your best at Rosehill, you reckon?
The Avenger.
Really?
Well, it's the last one we did.
No. Wouldn't it really?
Who cares? They're all trying, doing their best. I don't care which one wins.
I know, but
they're all doing their best.
Barry the punter does.
I don't know. Just have a look at the track conditions. Maybe Dagny.
Yeah, right. Ipswich Cup. You got two up there. They both running. Tumultuous, Juliana. Oh,
Yeah, Tumultuous just needs a bit of luck from the wide gate. He'll go back and come through them like he did when he won the $1 million race at the Gold Coast. And my Giuliano, he's up to a more suitable distance.
the eyeliner, Religify. God, he'd been a good horse.
Yes.
Remember when he was young and he first person on the scene? He looked like a 1100 metre horse, and that was it. Geez, he's developed a nice horse.
He has. He's had a long break, but he's come back well, trialled well, and just have to do a little bit of work from the wide barrier. But as you say, he's a pretty handy horse on his day.
Tougher than the rest.
He's going to run in Sydney.
Run in Sydney. Did I mention that?
No. So he's running against New Universe and those horses.
Oh, I missed him, didn't I?
Good draw. Lee McGorian rides. He's won on
I
him.
did too. He was at Violo Invincible. Nice barrier. Imagine if he won on Saturday and if someone thought I'd left him out on purpose. Oh, then they had blow-ups galore.
Different if you had any viewers.
The funny thing is, I used to say that to him in the early days. Different if you had any owners. Well, now you got owners, you know you're giving cheek. Right here, Moonee Valley, remember, I used to come down to track work, get down here at 5:30, leave about 25 to 6. No horses to work. My Nordic Hero, and I assume black on gold staying in Sydney?
Yeah.
So, well, it's just my Nordic Hero.
Bit hard to beat. He's racing very well. His last two runs been good placings. First time he's got a good draw on Saturday, so hopefully we can use it.
The Travis Harrison Cup at race 9 at the Valley. Emma Varsha, I think he'll appreciate a senior rider.
Yeah, he's just drawn a bit awkward, so...
You're getting cold.
I am. Yeah, Damien Oliver takes over. Didn't have a tough run last start. Things just didn't work out, and still hit the line well on a day that was hard to make up ground.
Montauk?
Done a bit of jumping with him. He's spent a few days at Eric Musgrove's property doing some jumping and just sparking him up, and hopefully that'll just help switch him on.
I'll tell you what, I'll get you a spot. What's the best of Chris Waller's on Saturday? And if you tip the winner, Just Racing, I donate $200 to a charity of your choice. So what's the... Dagny. Really? Chris Waller.